peaceful bliss petal forest, a sudden piercing scream echoed through the air. When everyone rushed to the scene, they were stunned to see the beautiful butterfly fairy Valoria trembling on the ground. Behind her loomed a terrifying creature slowly approaching. Valoria, known as the most beautiful fairy in the forest, was talented in crafting magical potions. Potions to grant restful sleep, sparkling dust to enhance the beauty of wings. However, Valoria had one major weakness. She was incredibly timid. Just a slight scare would leave her in tears. But today's story wasn't about this lovely butterfly fairy. Instead, it revolved around Pristina, the fearsome-looking Mantis fairy, with sharp claws and incredible strength. Her appearance often scared others away, even though she had no intention of harming anyone. This left her feeling deeply troubled. Suddenly, another scream echoed through the forest.
Ah!
It was the butterfly fairy Valoria, caught in trouble with the spider witch's sticky web. The spider witch was creeping closer, step by step, ready to deal with Valoria. Without hesitation, Pristina swung her sharp claws, slashing through the web and freeing Valoria. Her strike injured the spider witch's leg, forcing her to retreat into the dense foliage. When the other fairies arrived and saw Valoria injured, they jumped to conclusions, already harboring prejudice against Pristina.
Pristina, what are you doing? Let go of Valoria right now! I was just trying to help her escape the web. You can ask her.
But Valoria, overwhelmed by fear, fainted before she could explain.
We don't want to see you anywhere near us again!
Unable to defend herself, Pristina quietly bore the injustice.
Foolish girl, your efforts are meaningless. They'll never see you in a good light.
Days later, a strange merchant arrived in the forest, claiming to be a wealthy trader. He brought along a variety of sparkling jewelry that captivated the fairies. Even Pristina admired a small bracelet. However, upon seeing her, the other fairies showed signs of displeasure, forcing Pristina to leave. A few days later, while training as usual, Pristina stumbled upon scattered trinkets lying on the ground. Before she could figure out where they came from, the other fairies swarmed in.
You're holding the jewelry of the missing fairies. I knew it! You must be behind all this. Grab her!
Everyone immediately rushed to capture Pristina, leaving her utterly confused. A butterfly fairy rushed in, frantic and alarmed.
Valoria's gone! She's never out this late. Could she have been taken too? But Pristina's here. We should split up and search for her before something bad happens.
With that, everyone scattered to search for Valoria. Hearing this, Pristina grew deeply worried for everyone, knowing full well she wasn't the culprit.
Could it be the spider witch seeking revenge? I have to uncover the truth.
Summoning all of her strength, Pristina slashed through the cage bars and ran to confront the spider witch.
Spider witch, what have you done to the other fairies?
But when the spider appeared with a gaunt, haggard face, Pristina couldn't help but feel astonished. It was then she noticed the wound on the spider's leg.
Is it because of the injury I caused you that you couldn't go out hunting? I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was this serious. But if it's not you, then who could be behind all these disappearances? There's someone else in the forest far more suspicious than me.
The disappearances began when the merchant arrived. The sudden appearance of the jewelry had framed her unfairly.
How could I have been so blind? It's the merchant!
Pristina stormed into the merchant's house, startling him. Sure enough, Valoria was there.
You wicked frog! Let Valoria go! Valoria, are you all right? I'm okay.
I didn't do anything. I'm just a kind vegetarian merchant.
Stop lying!
As she pressured him, the other fairies arrived and interrupted.
Christina, what are you doing now?
Seeing the others arrive, the merchant frog seized the moment to wriggle free and appeal to the crowd for help.
Help me! She's gone mad!
He's dangerous. Don't trust him. The only dangerous one here is you, Christina.
Amid the chaos, no one noticed the frog merchant sneaking away. Locking them inside, he taunted from outside. Foolish fairies, stay here and rot. Then he promptly began dragging everyone out of the forest. At that moment, the fairies finally realized that they'd been deceived.
Oh no, we're trapped.
Suddenly, a loud sound echoed, drawing everyone's attention. While the others were panicking, Christina was determinedly trying to break free. Despite her relentless efforts, the reinforced cage was too sturdy. She slashed at it so fiercely that she ended up injuring herself, yet it remained unbroken. Seeing Christina's unwavering determination, the bee fairy couldn't stand idle any longer. She conjured a large stinger and used all of her strength to repeatedly strike it at a single spot. The strange sound made the frog suspect something and stop. Noticing this, a clever butterfly fairy began to cry loudly to distract him.
But what will I do? I'm too young and beautiful to die.
Hearing them crying, he felt reassured and continued moving. After some effort, the bee fairy finally stopped her attempts.
Strike here.
Sure enough, after striking the spot marked by the bee fairy, the wall cracked open, creating a small hole. However, the hole was too narrow for most of the fairies to fit through. This time, the snail fairy took the lead. With her slippery, slimy body, she managed to squeeze through the hole easily. Then she opened the door from the outside, allowing everyone to escape. The frog merchant had travelled some distance before noticing the unusual silence inside the carriage. When he returned to check, the carriage was completely empty. Enraged, he dashed furiously back toward the forest.
That frog will be back here soon. I don't think we can hold him off, not with me injured like this. Don't worry, you're not alone this time.
With that, everyone came together to hatch a plan to stop the frog. Not long after, the frog merchant found them. Without hesitation, he charged straight at them. The butterfly fairy was ready. She flew up and flapped her wings hard, releasing a thick, glittery powder that blinded the frog. Next, the snail fairy sprayed a layer of slippery mucus under his feet, causing him to slip and fall. Immediately, the bee fairy fired a barrage of sharp stingers that lodged themselves in the frog's body. He writhed in pain for a moment before collapsing. It seemed like the ordeal was over. Until the frog suddenly sprang back up, shaking off the stingers that had pierced him. He charged at everyone once again. The mantis immediately stepped forward to block him, but due to her prior injury, she could hardly hold her ground. In the nick of time, the spider jumped onto the frog and tightened a necklace made from the jewelry he had brought around his neck.
Spare me! I was only following the butterfly Valoria's orders.
His words shocked everyone.
Don't listen to him! Spider, quickly tighten it more!
I'm telling the truth. I'm just a harmless vegetarian merchant. I even have a contract and the sleeping potion she gave me to carry out the plan. In exchange, she promised me the sacred flowers of the forest.
Sure enough, the contract bore Valoria's signature. She thought she'd gotten away when the frog's tongue lashed out, grabbing her leg and pulling her back. Consider this my atonement. Now, I'm leaving. I've already been beaten to a pulp earlier, so let's call it even.
Why would you want to harm everyone? Because she wanted to hide the truth, that her potions aren't perfect.
A few days earlier, Valoria had accidentally spilled a bottle of her shimmering potion on a small ladybug while passing by the spider's area. The result caused the ladybug to mutate. The spider had witnessed the entire incident. Fearing the spider would reveal this, Valoria staged a scene where she appeared to be threatened by the spider, ensuring no one would dare approach her. Unexpectedly, Pristina rushed to Valoria's aid, leading to a massive misunderstanding. From then on, Valoria conspired with the frog to capture all the mutated fairies and shift the blame onto Pristina. Things could have ended there, but you let the Mantis escape. As someone who takes his job seriously, I decided to capture all of you to ensure my client's secret stayed safe, and then figure out the next steps. I came back to retrieve the gemstone necklaces. This deal flopped, so I can't afford to lose my investment too. Anyway, goodbye now.
Valoria, I can't believe you did this. What do you all know? To create perfect potions, sacrifices and experiments are absolutely necessary.
After the incident, Valoria was placed under house arrest to reflect on her actions. As for Pristina, she was finally accepted and loved by everyone, no longer shunned like before.